Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. I literally just finished recording a video and this new news has popped. Of course, bearing in mind, guys, as well, if you didn't see it, we do have Hoskarul. He is starting this week. I think it's Thursday, right? I can't remember the exact day that he starts, but he's starting this week. We should see a fusion preparation event soon, so don't miss out on that. There's usually some decent rewards for those that are easy to get, but this news has popped, so I wanted to do a video on it. We actually have a second video then coming later today as well, where I talked about how Mondays I always struggle to make videos, but this news is pretty spicy. So Black Friday or Black Friday week, Cyber Week, is Cyber Week the week after? I don't know, I can't get my head around this stuff, but yeah, Black Friday is, I think it's this Friday. There's a bunch of offers and stuff going to be coming in the game. Lots of stuff in the shop, so watch out for that. Recommend Smiley TK or MTG Jedi as being really good sources, content creators that break down the value of packs and whether they're worth buying if you're a spender. But here we go. We've got a schedule for multiple 10x events, guys, that are going to be happening. And bear in mind as well that these are going to be happening during a personal reward clan v clan, if you care about that. The Tuesday, and the Wednesday one at least. The Thursday one stuff should have ended by then. But here on Tuesday, so from Tuesday until Wednesday, again, the morning of Wednesday though, UTC, depends on your time zone. I am actually directly in UTC right now, thanks daylight savings. But anyway, there's going to be a 10x for Kaimar and Michinaki from Ancient Shards. On Wednesday, we're going to have Duchess Lilitu and Lady Kimmy from Sacred Shards. On Thursday, we're going to have Raka Viletide and Riho Bone Spear from Void Shards. So remember, these are just 10x events, okay? We'll talk about these champions in a second. They are just 10x events. That you don't have boosted chances like to pull a legendary or anything like that. There's no guarantee. It's highly unlikely there's going to be a summon rush or anything on either. Just a clan v clan. So, should you pull shards for them? It's tough. These are obviously some of the best. I think the voids are a bit weaker, but these four right here are four of the very, very best champions that you can get from Ancient or Sacred Shards in the entire game. I think it's certainly tempting. If you are tracking your Mercy timer and you are very close to this and you've got Ancients to spare, it could be worth going for day one for the Kaimar Michinaki. Sacred's, the Mercy timer is worse. It's a much bigger risk. But it's something you might consider. So a few things to watch out for. Remember, we've got the fusion starting. Not this button. We've got the fusion starting this week. So if you're going for Hoskarul, you're going to want to save Ancient Shards for this because there's going to be a champion chase event this weekend that is almost definitely going to be part of this fragment event, and that's going to be overlapping with it 2 times from Ancient Shards, right? 2 times from Ancient Shards. So you're going to want some Ancients to compete in that. I would try to save at least 50 Ancients. Obviously, fragment summons and stuff like that, or a willingness to burn through mystery shards can get you past some of that too. I recommend roughly 50 Ancients to secure the fusion. It is just an epic fusion, so it's not one that you necessarily need to do. He looks very solid, but you don't necessarily need him. But it depends. The nice thing about it is that it shouldn't be too crazy difficult, though of course, touch wood, who the heck knows at Plarium these days. But it's something that's of guaranteed value, or at least, it's a fairly fixed value. You kind of know how good this guy's going to be, whereas a 10x event is a huge gamble, massive gamble. Prince Kaimar, Michinaki, quick look at them. If you don't know, they are both exceptional champions. I do have a Prince Kaimar. He is an account changer. I would say he's best. He's arguably the best champion from Ancient or Sacred Shards in the game. I think he's certainly top 3, no question. Duchess is up there as well. But he comes in AoE buff removal with a sleep. He's got then a full reset of your skills plus turn meter boost. He's got an amazing speed aura for Arena. So he opens up different sort of speed comps in Arena that are, he can be quite good, especially with Sifi. So Sifi Rotos teams, he's extremely strong. He's very good as a fast champion in Arena with high accuracy to come in, buff strip, and CC the enemy team. And then your very slow nuker just chills. Very strong there for Arena. And great as well for speed farming Doom Tower with the ability reset. Dungeons, almost all of the dungeons. Potion keeps. He is unbelievably good. So yeah, Prince Kaimar. S tier champion, no question. So it's very tempting to pull for him. Michinaki is a really, really good as well. He comes in, he brings you the double hitter, so AoE buff strip with Hex, then AoE decrease defense with a good chance to put decrease attack. His A1 hits hard and has a good chance for HP burn. And he has a good chance to team up with every ally attack against an enemy under Hex. So this guy is a beast for Hydra especially. He's going to be a beast for Doom Tower waves too. He's probably all right in Arena, but really you'd be building him as a Hydra specialist if you pulled him. He's very strong. I don't like his smile. He looks too cheeky. He looks like a cheeky 8-year-old boy who's put poop in your shoe or something. Like, that's what he looks like to me. But he's very good. He's not as good as Kymar, but he's really, really strong and very useful, even endgame for Hydra. Then day 2 with Sacred Shards. Sacred Shards is a bit more up for debate whether you could pull Sacred Shards or not. They are unlikely to be relevant for the current fusion, but they're very likely to be relevant in the fusion for Christmas. Christmas fusions are hit and miss. They can be extremely good, or they can be extremely bad. Like Pixneal was absolutely terrible, but I think we had Tormin the year before that, who was exceptionally good. And we had Tatura Rhymehide last year, who again was extremely, extremely good. So you're going to want some Sacreds for that fusion, pretty much no question. We haven't had a guaranteed champion from Sacred in a long time, and the guaranteed champions from Sacreds have so far nearly always been extremely strong, with the exception of Helior. I would say that they've all been S tier champions, extremely good. So for me, I've got 23. Even though Duchess is probably my most wanted champion in the game, I wouldn't risk it. 10x event is just too risky. I'd much rather save up, have 15 for a guaranteed if it happens, and then have a few in the bank for a fusion and just have stuff saved up, would be my advice, really. But yeah, look, Duchess, she is the other top 2 champion in the game from Ancients and Sacreds in my mind. So strong for Doom Tower, Arena, Doom Tower bosses, Hydra. She's a monster. So many buffs here. Block debuffs, increased attack, perfect veil. She's got the AoE revive, very good revive, an amazing passive, solid aura, amazing champion, really strong. So it's certainly tempting. Then the other one is Lady Kimmy, who I think is really good as well. Great champ for Hydra, great champ for Arena. Increase speed, increase accuracy, turn meter fill, or AoE decrease speed, decrease accuracy. So yeah, at 115 base speed, no less as well. She's extremely good too, one of my most wanted. But like I said, I just don't think it's a good idea to pull in 10x events. I don't. So I will not be baited in, most likely. And then finally, the voids for Raka and Riho. I think they're both good champions, but they're not the best. So that one definitely, to me, says probably avoid this one. Is my thoughts right there. For example, I've got 62 voids right now. The guaranteed void legendaries have been about 80, which is an extremely good deal, though they have also been of very questionable strength levels, the guaranteed void champions, so that's definitely something to watch out for. But it's such a good value to get a legendary guaranteed for only 80 shards, unless they're completely useless, which arguably, like Fortis right now seems to be fairly useless, but maybe that will change, who knows, hopefully. In which case it is a waste, but so long as they're somewhat good, it's a good deal. And I'd rather save up. Like I said, I'm sort of expecting one around Christmas. The Fortis one surprised me, so who the heck knows. But yeah, there's been rumors that we could have a guaranteed Eilil as well. I don't know if that's going to happen, seeing it's just in the 10x event. But there's rumors about that. Very much rumors though, so we shall see. But pulling for a guarantee, 10x voids. Riho, I think I have definitely underestimated Riho. I think Riho is a great champ, definitely an A tier champ. Really good cleanse, great cleanse with block debuffs, short cooldown, really big heal. Got a great passive to protect her in Arena. So I think for Arena, even in Hydra, I've seen her be good. Clan Boss, she's good. Doom Tower, she's going to be great. I think she's a great champ. I actually do really want her. Solid base stats as well. Looks amazing. One of the coolest looking champs in the game. So, yeah, I think she's really good. Raka is definitely a bit of a disappointment. When she first came out, I was thinking this could be a Duchess 2.0. She's got a lot of similarities to Duchess with the increased attack. She has some healing, some continuous heals. She's got the AoE revive, block debuffs. They're bringing a lot of the same stuff, but just the way her kit is laid out, it's not as good. Now, she is still a very good Hydra champion. I think she's got a similar performance to Duchess there, but she does lack the perfect veil. She brings a good shield, and she doesn't, which sort of makes up for the damage reduction that Duchess brings, but she doesn't bring the perfect veil with damage reduction. And the annoying thing about this move right here is that she'll use this move even if there's no dead allies, and it just is an AoE block debuffs move, which is very poor. She does have a great passive, which adds up to a nice bit of turn meter and continuous heals. She's got good healing on her A1, a solid aura. She is a good champion. She's, you know, it'd be nice to have her, but I wouldn't be pulling in a 10x for her. It's just if she popped out, I'd be like, okay, that's a good solid support champion. But, you know, end game, she doesn't quite hold up, I think, to the others. Like, I think, for example, Elva came out, and Elva is just very similar, but just straight up better, where she has a team cleanse with block debuffs, which is more useful than Raka's team cleanse, which is sort of Raka's, I should have mentioned, Raka's claim to fame is that it is a full team cleanse, then with a nice big shield, which is good. But yeah, so I wouldn't be rushing out to pull for this Void 10x. I think the Void 10x is like, they're solid champions. I think Riho's probably better, but I wouldn't rush out for it. And then, yeah, there we go. So let me know, what are you going to do? What would you do? I would skip this one. In my opinion, unfortunately, I'd probably skip this one unless you haven't pulled a legendary from Sacreds in a good while, and just consider how many Sacreds you might want to be saving up for everything that's going to happen over Christmas. There's going to be plenty of tempting shard events over the next month, I would say. Prince Kaimar Michinaki, this is one that's worth pulling if you're very close to Mercy. It might be worth the risk, but again, just bear in mind you're going to need ancients for the the fusion that's coming up. They did do like 2 guaranteed champs from ancients back to back last year, very close together in November. I think it was Genzin and what's the dark elf dude that extends debuffs? I can't remember his name. I think they did Vizier. I think they did Genzin and Vizier like back to back in November. I'm not really expecting that to happen again. And they were like discounted. I think they were like 120 and 111 ancients respectively, I believe. But it's just something to bear in mind. But yeah, look, there you go. You get the gist. What have we got in the Soul Merchant? Give me something good. I don't have any of these champions. Oh my God. Plarium, get out of here. There you go. Let me know what you're going to do. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.